Alright, folks, welcome back. It is day 46 with Duolingo Chinese. 欢迎大家好. We're going into the late hours. It's quite a little bit late today. We'll see how well my stamina holds up here. We reached day 50 in our streak. So today we're having our 3 days of super. I don't think we're gonna change up. Maybe we will. We can go back and do some review? Yeah. How far back would this be? We'll start at section 2, unit 3. Oh, and I have no... Oh, you know what? We're not gonna go back. We're gonna keep going. Because I have not implemented the keyboard yet. So I don't actually know how to type yet. And I'm not gonna be ready to type yet. I already had a devastating time trying to type out Japanese again. Man. Typing's rough. Okay, let's do a recall. So what? Today is day 3. I see or past midnight now. So today's day 3. Or day 2, so we're responsible for pinyin in our current section. Find a bathroom, but it's really not about finding a bathroom, really. Okay, so let's try this. Unit 11. So we got our nian, ji, ji dian, ji dian, ji yue, ji xing qi, ji xing qi, ji xing. Oh no, just kidding. Xing qi ji. I'm just gonna assume these are 3s. I haven't really figured out if they are or not. This feels the closest. Yeah. So, nian, ji dian, ji dian, ji yue, xing qi ji, xing qi ji. Ji hao. Oops. Wrong marker. Ji hao. So we got those. Sorry, I had to cough. So, can we get off the, oh. Ban. Actually, that's all the novel characters. Nie, ban. Xing qi. Okay. Xing qi ri. Xing qi ri. Xing qi tian. Special. And then we're just gonna do all the numbers as review. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 9 9 9 10 10 Oh, fill them in, right? Fill them in, dates, days. Just cover all the relevant numbers. Other expressions. That's not how you spell that. Gave locations. 饭馆 饭馆 洗手间 洗手间 汉语课 汉语课 Any other random things? I think those are random things. Oh no, there's a little 医院 医院 找李医生 李医生 像像在像在像在明天 Oops 明天几月几月几号 So I really gotta figure out if these tones change. Like as one phrase. 几月几号 How to tell it? 几月几号 Don't know. It shifts sometimes, like 几点几点几点 Yeah. Lots of tone shifting in the lessons. I don't know. Gee. I think that's good. That's a pretty good mix. Okay, let's go to unit 10. What do we have for unit 10? What is unit 10? Ask for help. Ask for help.知道知道 请问，请问，英语，英语，汉语，早安，晚安，晚安，Thank you. Not very helpful. Are you serious right now? Uh. Where'd it go? No one will ever know. Please? Please plug in? Okay. Okay. Gotta go faster. That's the solution.再说一次. Right. Die away. Ugh. My hand is like wobbling around a little on this side. Oh my gosh. Why is it leaning? What the? Dude. Please. Okay, it's still leaning. Hello? Yeah, just take it. 帮助，帮助。对，这已经好久不见。不错，不错。不错，不错。224。老师。一会儿。那儿。Wait. Oh no, wait. That's actually that's fine. That's actually here. Nar. Jar. Wait. Yeah. Fine. 一会儿。要。对。Oops. 冰。咖啡。Okay. It's fine. 牛奶。热。热。热。 Sometimes, dude. This plugin, sometimes, man. I think that might be it. Did I miss anything? No, I think we're good. This is fine. Yep. Good to go. Let's get right into it. We're resuming our usual thing today. Let's double check. Because I need to learn all the I need to write out all these things today. Before the end of the day. Largely repeats though. So it's not too bad. And we're good up here. So we don't have to practice this anymore. So today the goal is this. Once we finish our lessons. Let's just finish our lesson. And I have to strongly consider starting after day 50, start inputting using keyboard input. Chinese. Scary. Okay, so we're gonna go a little bit faster given our a useful feature right now. So
What?
我行了，我公，uh-oh，我公 something， 公妻，
公寓，
公寓，哦，公寓。I totally forgot about you. Oh no, you. Was it like this? No. 公寓. Let's write over it. Like this. Yeah. 公寓，我公寓，我的公寓，我的公寓
有三个
房间。
房间。
这个周末我儿子会去公园打篮球。
Holy！
我这个
周末，
我
儿子 ，Oh no， we don't know.
儿子
我儿子
会去公园打篮球。这个周末我儿子会去公园打篮球。
这个周末我会去公园打篮球。
对，
这个
周末我会去公园
打篮球。
我想踢足球，但是会下雨。我想会踢足球。但是会下雨。我想踢足球，但是
我女儿想去跑步，但是风很大。我
女儿想跑步，但是风很大，想去。我女儿想去跑步，但是风很。
你的客厅很大。
你的客厅很大。
你的
客厅很大。
很大。
真的吗？你还没有沙发。真的。
真的吗？
妈。
你还没有。你还没有沙发。Where are you? 你在哪里？喂。
真的吗？你还没有沙发。没有。
喂。
还。
沙发 I'm missing the left side.
漂亮。漂亮。沙发。
That help.
真的吗？你还没有沙发。
沙发 let's see. So probably this. Sorry. That was disgusting. Okay. Well, that looks awful. Let's try again. It's okay. As a character, I haven't practiced nor have listed.
2个房间。2个
房间。
房间。我的房子。
我的房子。
房子。
这个周末他不忙。
这个周末他不忙。这个周末他不忙。
不忙。
明天下午我不忙。
明天下午我
不忙。
We don't have 忙 either. 忙's missing. 忙。No, take a jab. Like that.
新房子。
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 4个房间。4个
房间。
房间。你的客厅很大。
你的客厅很大。
客厅很大。
我还没有电视。
我还没有。没有电视。Okay. Fair enough. Yes, 151.
我们的房间很小。
我们的房间。
房子。房间。
很小。
很小。洗手间、厨房。
洗手间、厨房。
洗手间。
厨房。
厨房。我喜欢你的沙发。
我喜欢你的沙发。我喜欢你的沙发。
沙发。
Let's write that again. 沙发。I know I keep thinking it's the other way. Oh my gosh, I need to stop doing that. So actually don't remember. Is it like that? I think so. 沙发。
我的客厅很小。
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 你和凯文可以去电影院看电影。你可以。你可以。你和凯文可以去电影院看电影。 和
你和凯文
凯文
可以
可以
去
电影院
院
看电影。
Am I missing anything here? Kai Wen? I'm missing Kai Wen. I can't tell what's happening there. I'm gonna guess. So, Kai Wen, maybe it's this. And then you do this, like that. And then this character I just got. Maybe that. And then when. Yeah, it's really, really hard to see what that. I'm gonna say it's these two radicals.
我的沙发很新。我的
沙发
很新。
你的厨房很漂亮。
你的厨房很漂亮。
很漂亮。
Do I have those? Yes, I do.
漂亮。漂亮。你可以去商场。你可以去。你可以去商场。商场。你想去商场买沙发吗？
I don't have 商场。
你想去商场买沙发吗？你想去商场买沙发吗？
Okay, so I don't have this one either. So Shang we do have like this. Right. Like that. And then I know that radical, so we know both these radicals. Something like that. 商场。
你可以来我家。
你可以来我家。
你的床很舒服。你的
床
很舒服。
Yeah, we're okay with that.
舒服。
我们的房间很漂亮。
我们的
房间
很漂亮。
很漂亮。商场不远。
Wait. 商场 Interesting.
商场
Two separate words just.
不远。商场不远。
商场不远。Yeah. Oh, no, it's not two separate. 商场不远。不远 not far. 不远。That kind of startled me a little.
你也可以来我家。你
也可以。你也可以。
女儿
What am I doing?
可以来我家。
你爸爸的房间很漂亮。
你爸爸的房间
很漂亮。洗手间、厨房。洗手间、
厨房。 Chu is potentially something I might forget. Chu Fang. Chu Fang. Oh, you know, that radical came up a bunch of times. I could use it. Okay.
你想去商场买电视吗？
你想去 Where are we going? 你想去
商场
买
电视吗？你想去商场买电视吗？
你想去商场买电视吗？
不好。你和凯文可以去电影院看电影。你和凯文
Let's do 凯文 again. Okay. 凯文
去电影院看电影。可以。
哎呀，天气不好。
哎呀 We also don't have the left side of 哎呀 which looks like this, so yeah. And we have the other side. Okay. 哎
呀，天气不好。不好。你的厨房很漂亮。你的厨房
很漂亮。
漂亮。这个周末天气不好。
这个周末天气不好。
这个周末天气不好。
Okay.
这个天气下雨。周末天气不好。
哎呀，天气不好。哎呀，天气不好。房间床。这是我儿子的床。这是我的儿子床。
儿子的床。
商场不远。商场不远。
这是我儿子的床。这是儿子的我床。
Quicken. Speeding up.
医院在这儿吗？
医院在这吗？在这吗？
你
吃饭。No.
吃饭。
你
几点？
你几点
吃饭？
Wait, let me hear this. Oh, no, it's not in a full sentence, so I can't actually tell. 你几点吃饭？一号。一号 Whoops, wrong tone.
饭馆在那儿吗？
饭馆在那儿吗？
饭馆那儿在那儿吗？
间号
管院
院
管
拿
院管安
间
今天是2017年12月5号。
Not again.
20
20
1
2017年12月
5号。今天是
今天是2017年17年12月5号。
今天是2017年12月5号。
Send help.
医院
医院在这儿吗？
你们有洗手间吗？
你们有洗手间吗？ And it's time to go find it.
你们有洗手间吗？
对。
饭馆
在那儿
吗
？2017年12月21号。2017年12月21号。
对。
今天几号？几月
几号 That's right.
几号
？Whoops. 明天几号？对。Yes.
明天星期日吗？
明天明天星期日吗？星期日吗？明天星期日吗？日吗？
今天
星期天 OK
星期天。现在5点半。
现在5点半。The word John Cena uses for week isn't 星期. You have to look it up. What did he use for week? 礼拜 maybe 礼拜. I don't think that's it. I think that that's supposed to be Cantonese. I don't know if that's even week, if it means week. I just felt like saying it.我星期天喝茶。
点我1点半。 1点半。
1点半吃饭。
吃饭，吃饭。
I don't know what that is. Can you write it out for me? Don't have those characters. Oh, it is Lebai. Oh, Lebai. I was just, yeah, warships. Yeah, I was just shooting. I was just shooting. I'm like, that sounds like something I hear a lot. So it just felt right. I literally was shooting in the dark based on my intuition. My gut was saying Lebai. So I remember something like, people often say like Leibai, Leibai Sang, Leibai, you know, Leibai Su and stuff. So I was like, oh yeah, maybe it means week. Xingqi is star patterns. I see. Oh, that makes sense. Xingqi. Okay. Leibai is closer to Fujianese's way too. Instead of saying Xingqi, Xingqi is really close. Why? It's like a combination of Leibai, Bwai A, Bwai Ne, Bwai Sang. Kind of like a softer Le into the I. So Bwai A, Bwai Ne, Bwai Sang. Xing. Okay. Which one are you?
是陈星。
Sorry, we haven't learned the characters like up close yet. Jing is one clock down. I'm like really exhausted. I'm a little exhausted today.
现在
现在
1点。
1点，现在1点。几点？
几点？
I don't know what's up with all the tone shifts. We're just gonna go with it. Go with the flow.
星管几点？号七星几点？间七管。
星期日是12号。星期日是12号。
明天星期几？
Yeah, it still sounds like 3, and this is marked as 1. Yeah.
明天星期几？
I don't know. We'll just fill it out for the time being. I'm sure I'll figure it out as we go. 明天星期几? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. What the? Wait. Oh, we're asking a question. That's not Sunday. D. Oops. What day? Okay. Leibai is counts of Sunday Mass. Okay. Fair enough. What time is it now? 现在 whoops 现在几点 yeah 几点 okay. Okay.
饭馆不在那儿。
Classically, it's literally the Japanese ones. What do you mean? Classically, it's literally the Japanese. You mean like the way? Oh yeah. No. I know what you mean now. Yeah, the days of the week are the classic Japanese ones. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Dinar. Ooh. Dinar. Sorry, wrong tone. Dinar. 几点？
几点？
医院在这儿吗？
医院在那儿吗？在这儿吗？医院在这儿吗？
号。院。号。馆。
D no sound.
间。七。院。间。星。
星。The crazy part is Greek cosmology got to China, so the names of planets match with the days of the week the same as in Europe. Wow. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Fair enough.
几点？七。
Okay. My eyes.
请。
医院。最近。And too much 音。最近。
对不起。
洗手
间。
2017年12月21号。
2017年。今年。12月。你是你 Oh my gosh, I keep saying 你。21号。21号。I keep saying 你。Oh no. You were napping? I was hearing Chinese in your dreams. Sorry, Blair. How was your nap? Is your nap okay? Now. 现在
几点？
现在几点？
星期日是12号。
星期日是
12号。
12号。星期日是12号。2号。OK。
我们。
我们
几点
有？我们几点有？汉语课。
课。
Honestly, I'm used to saying it. I'm used to phrasing it this way. I think this way is more natural than what time is our Chinese class. Interestingly enough, I don't know why. Oh, maybe because there isn't there isn't necessarily the interrogative is with this. Huh.
医院在哪儿？
医院在哪儿？医院
在哪儿？医院在哪儿？
Okay. That's a big difference. Nar was also there, but that's nar. 明天明天几号？明天几号？ No. Wait. What? Wait. What's happening? Oh no. 明天几星期? And they're asking for what day. Oh wait. Oh, I got it backwards. You need to put the G at the end. No, they got me. It's fine. 明天几? Okay, fine. It's all good. Everything's okay. We know how this works. Now we're gonna do a lot of these exercises as quickly as we can, being frivolous as we can. Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter. Yeah, they check out. I know. It makes sense when you said it.
这里
行李这里 We're gonna be quicker.
行李
不要
这里咖啡
书店
行李
这里
行李女儿
吃饭
你的这里
行李
这里这里
行李这里零食女儿上网律师行李这里谢谢米饭
Okay. All right. Okay, vigilant. 行李 We'll go as long as I guess I still stay attentive.
行李
I'll just put in some extra time today.
行
李行李哎呀张中国
李
行李钱包机场
Oops.
机场唱歌
行李
Oh, that's the other G.
行李
行李好吃李白色王
李
英国机场李行李短
行李
I shouldn't go too late. I really need to get up earlier and start earlier, man.
手机
Yeah, the other G. Oh, that makes so much sense.
行
I didn't make that
李
connection yet.
行李，手机，手李
Oops.
李，机
行李，书店，中
中
国，
国，
你呢？手机，
手机，
行李，
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 对，
手
机，
常常，爸爸，
爸，
行李，
李，
妈
妈，
手机，
手机
行李，
，Oops，
吃饭，
吃饭，
你呢？行李，
行李，
手机，
机，
客气，
对，
零食，行，手机，
机。Okay. Up, up and away. 医生，李医生
李，
，sure，医生，
生日，医院，学生，医生，
礼仪
医生，yeah，sure，
学学李，医生，
okay，
医生，医生，李医生，
医生，大学生，
李医生，
生日，医院，
医院
电话号码，
，Let's go. Oh no, these are gonna be long.
电
话
号码，
Okay. Oh no, it's a writing exercise. Oh, wait,
号码，
a writing exercise
电话号码，
for this one?
号码，
号码，
Wait,
号码，
this isn't.
号码，
I don't remember
号
this
码
being part of this.
电话号码，
So you can get any writing exercises from
号码
previous too?
号码，
电话号码，
Weird. Okay. DR. 站台。
站台，
DR. Okay. DR. 站台。This is how we go fast.
这是
吃饭，
吃饭。
站
站
台，律师，
律师。
第二，
第二，
对。
第
站台
第二，绿茶，女儿，第二，站台，老公，
站台，站，
儿子，
哦，儿子。
哪里？韩国，第二，第二，
站台。
不，
Oops.
不，
亚洲，
亚洲。
我的，
我的
数学，
数学。
站台，
哎
第二，
第二。对。
行李，
床，
对。床。行李。Where's Xing?
李，行李，
床，
行李，床，
不对，
对。不对。
你们，
你们 ，Whoops.
他，
床，
行李，行李，
床。
上网，床，大，米饭， 行
李
行李
床
对吗？
中国行李周
床
，OK，
几月
几月 ？Oops， 几月？几号？
几
号？
几月几号
几号？几月？几月？
几月
几号？
哎，学生，历史，
李医生，
李医生，学生，
李医生学生生日
李
医生
李一学生学生
李医生，
学生数学
数学
李医生
同学李
电话号码
欢迎电话号码
电话号码
哦
电话号码
I wonder why
号码
this exercise is
电话号码
电话号码
号码
号码
电话号码行李
条
Okay, we got 条 Oh boy oh boy
条
Okay, not that we're not even close, man.
行李
I know what you know.
条
No.
条
Okay.
行李这是同学的条
条行李
行李 Okay.
条
Fast we go.
两书店条大衣行
李
行李
条行李水果超市也
对行李
条
条哎 Go gadget OK 洗手间手机哎
手机飞机房间洗手间
哪国人
手机
哎手机
洗手间
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 手机
手机对
一会儿手机机场洗手间
早上好
哎电话号码号码哦 OK
号码电话号码电话号码
电话号码电话号码
Man, I can't
电话号码
电话号码
电话号码电话号码
Come on Come on.
电话号码
That was pretty close. All right. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Auska. Ooh. All right.
不
Ooh.
和水对
对
课
课
课热
热
课人
冰
冰不
不
不
不
课对
对
数学
数学
你
你 OK
不对课我是
All right. As we
书
go.
店
书店
有一点
Oh. I see what they did there. Nice.
一点
一点 Oops. 有一点
有
有一点书店
店
书店
有一点
有一点 I like these. I like that they connect all the characters together. I enjoy it a lot.
有一点
在
在
有一点
有一点
书店舒服
舒服 Yeah.
我
我
叫
叫
有一点
书店
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 OK
有一
点
点
第二电视
视
书店在
在 Oops.
有一
点
书店
有一点公寓
公寓
房间
店
书店
书店
书
店
有一点
Second win, I tell you. When I switch to Chinese, it feels like second win.
这是
这里这是 Although I like these exercises more than it gets a little tough when you have to enter them. Today was a struggle. Quite a bit of a struggle. The Japanese side of things. 这是行Oh no. 旅行
绿茶这是中文这里
这里
这里
这是
这是这是
这是
这里
律师
律师 Oops.
律师
律师 I need to see the doesn't really quite sound one
这是这里儿子老师
菜
课
菜
菜是
Whoops.
我茶课
菜
菜水说 客粥菜
课
菜课是对我说汤水菜课
号码
号码
电话
号码
Here we go again
电话号码
号码
电话号码号码
电话号码
号码号码
电话号码
这不是这里这不是
不客气这不是是这里这是
这里
这不是
不
这不
是
这里
Oh, kind of went down a little.
这里不客气
也是
这不是
哪里有的
有
的
水课
个
不有
有
吃杯课也有
课
有课不要汤
有
看和家有课
All right 这里要
四这里这是
这是
里
这里 Oops 这里
这这里
Oh, that went through the whole thing. Okay, that's all right.
想这是这里这不是
电话号码 Writing exercise
电话号码
电话号码
号码
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 I guess if I can do
电
this
话号码
电话号
enough
号码
I can finally get to review the
电话号码
units that I'm responsible for in another 5 days.
行李
Oh, I can shift it by 3 days because we're gonna add 3 extra days, largely because of maybe not. I don't know yet.
里
I'll find out. I'll decide. 行李
天气
天气
下午。行李。里。
口。
里。行李。行李。里。
How many 行李 are there? There's so many 行李 exercises. What's going on?
里。行李。这是。
口。
绿色。
绿色。Whoops. I was thinking. 点。月。月。
一次。
年。
Whoops. Wrong tone.
早上。
早上。
月。点。
月。
点。月。国。平。
Oops, wrong tone.
冰。
月。
最近。月。
一次。
点。
Oops.
点。年。年。
Whoops.
年。一会儿。早上。月。点。
行李。李医生。There's so many. 行李。
公园。行李。
李医生。冰水。
里。
一。行李。
李医生。
行李。周末。
李医生。
书店。医院。
也没有。下个月。
下个月。
还没有。
火车还没
有。下个月。
真的吗？还没有。下个月。服务员。中学生。
还没有。还没。是有。
Oops.
下个月。
还没有。
Oh. Hang on.
还没有。真的吗？还没有。咖啡馆。
Oh, I did have here already. No wonder it's in the repeat. Yeah, that's right. 下个月。中学生。
下个月。
明天见。还没有。下个月。
英国人。
电影院。
不不
还
没有。
火车站，这不是，对不对？下个月，还没有。
嗯 Fair enough.
下个月，
下个月，月，
肉
肉，
肉，
下个月，Oh, that's weird.
下个
下个月，
肉
肉，
不，日本，肉，下个月，不客气。
肉，下个月，下个月，
肉，
肉，下个月，不客气。
不对，
生日，
下个月，
下个月。肉，日本，这不是，上网。
下
肉，
今天，不对，
不对，
今天，不对，
不，第二，今天，韩国，
不对，
今天不对，
对，
今天，
嗯，
不要，
不对，
数学，喜欢，今天，
不对，不对，
他的，
客气，不对，
今天，常常，
今
旅行，
不对，
旅行，对，
今天，喜欢，
客气，
很高兴认识你。
很高兴认识你。Which one is it? It looks like Xing. Okay.
今天
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't get it.
今天，
You son of a bee sting.
很
很高兴
高兴认识你，
很高兴认识你。今天天
Oops.
天今天
很高兴认识你。意大利人，
啊，意大利人，
意大利人，加拿大人，今天，大学生，
今天，
很高兴认识你。
很高兴认识你。Wait a minute. Okay. Now I feel like I got gypped. on天 Now I'm confused.
天
Wait a minute. Oh, I'll check. It's fine.
很高兴认识你。高兴
认识你。
认识你。
很高兴认识你。今天。意大利。
Whoops。
意大利。意大利。
Oh my gosh。
加拿大人。
意大利人。
意大利。
很高兴认识。
很高兴认识你。今天。意大利。大学生。加拿。
今天。
Okay, I sense some shenanigans. Hold up, hold up. Where is it? Where is it? So, 天. Okay, so I wasn't making a mistake. It's just that this doesn't look right. Why does this look shorter here? Okay, so I didn't make a mistake at first. Then I swapped it. Then now I need to swap back. And there's only one other instance where the top is. Okay. That's a little bit misleading. The tiny text one is like, oh, I want to see the progress, so I want to see the progress, so
意大利人。
意大利人. What are we doing?
今天。
今天. Okay, again. Okay, well, it's not that bad.
天。
大学生。
意大利。
今天。
Okay. So where are we going with this?
今天。
Okay.
今天。意大利。大学生。加拿大人。
加拿大人。
不长。
今天。加拿大人。
加拿大人。
加拿大人。人。
Okay.
大学生。
很高兴认识你。加拿大人。大学生。今天。不长。
加拿大人。
大学生。
大学生。
今天。意大利人。意大利。很高兴
认识你。加拿大人。
加拿。
Okay. Alright, so I have to correct something.
今
天. All the tians are incorrect. They were correct, and then they got bamboozled by this text, which is slightly longer on the second one. It's not the way. That's not the way.
明。
Yeah, unless no.
今天。车票。日本。明天。不要。
明天。
今天。
今
天。明天。
奶茶。女儿。
女儿。
明天。你好。
你好。
今天。
Progress never moves. 图书馆。图书馆。明天见。
明天见。
图书馆。
图书馆。
明天见。
明天见。图书馆。不客气。真的吗？服务
员。
图书馆。书。
Oh, that doesn't have audio.
馆。
明天
见。
图书馆。汉堡包。明天见。真的吗？服务员。图书
明天见。 天，明见。
意大利，不客气。咖啡馆，图书馆，明天
见。
图书馆，
意大利，明天见。看电影，
看电影。
中学生，图书馆。
图书馆。哇，
明天
天气，天，
明天。裙子，
裙子 ，whoops， 裙子。
夹克，
夹克。
后天，天气，
天气。
明天，
天，明
天天气，
天气。
明天，天气。美国，
客气。
咖啡，
明
张，
明张，
王，明张，百，四，
明
张，菜，肉，王，明
张
两，王张，左，明在，王会，明张。
Oh boy， 咖
咖
啡馆，图书馆，咖啡馆。
大学生，咖啡馆，对不对？图书馆，书店，
图书
馆，图书馆，
咖啡馆，
咖啡馆，
咖啡
馆，
图书馆，
哦，
饭馆，图书馆，咖啡馆，火车站。
真的吗？明天，六月，interesting。6月，
一次。
明天
6月，12月，
一会儿，
明天
6月，
明天不好，早上
，6月，
天气，明天
6月
6月，
点，月，
几月？
明天，最近，
最近
几月？
几月？
年
年
明天
明天
6月。
That was the current one.
今天
今天明天见。今天
今天意大利行李
Oh no, not 行李 again.
他的
的
明
明天见。No more, please.
天
Oops.
明见
明天见。
今天
明天
今
明天见。
哎，
明天明天见。
吃饭。
今天
我的6平
平
6平
肉
六
看加平
六
六肉也六送平
平
是周六菜
菜 whoops
平
对六
送
送
汤六平八
明天
天
六
今天
后天
六
加拿大人很高兴认识你。六意大利
明天
六明天见。
Oops
明
天见六
大一很高兴认识你。意大利
六
明
天
明天
六客厅后天加拿大人
Oops
加拿大人
意大利对天今天
六
Oops 六饭馆图书馆饭馆
做饭
做饭做饭 Oh, might actually be. I don't think it's 4-4, is it? 做饭 I don't know if it's 4-4. It might be 4.
书店
I gotta hear it again. 书店
饭图书馆饭
馆
图书馆饭馆
饭馆
饭馆图书馆
图书馆做饭
That sounds like 4-4. 做饭
米饭
I'm gonna look
饭馆书
店做饭is here. Where are you? Or not? I thought it was this one. Is it the next one? Oh, it might be planning your weekend. Cool. Here it is. Oh, it is 4-4. Dual fun. Dual. Okay. Fair enough. It does sound like 4. Oh. Yeah.
年
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
号
Oh.
小
How.
月
Yeah.
新年
Yeah.
好，好，
号
Oh.
年
Yeah.
好
Oh.
点
Yeah. Yeah.
对
对。
号
Oh.
年
Okay.
菜
Hi.
号
Oh.
点
Yeah.
茶
Cha. Whoops. It's a T. Cha.
年
Yeah. Well, of course it's T.
好，
Oh.
书
Ooh.
年点
In.
号
In. Why does it sound like 4? Oh.
新
Xin. In. Holy. Okay.
很高兴认识你。
很高兴认识你。Xin.
6
Oops. Leo. Why Leo and 很高兴？很高
兴
认
愿
Oh my gosh，认
十
识
很高兴认识你。6
六
后天意大利人明天很高兴认识你。6
6很高兴认识你。高兴
Oh, there are gonna be so many exercises with this because there's so many characters in it. They're all new at that point.
认识你。
We're gonna say that forever. Leo.
加拿大人明天大学生6很高兴认识你。
很高兴认识你。
No. Could drive me insane.
大
Ah.
很高兴认识你。
I immediately thought a T. Cha. But da is not da. Big.
很高兴认识你。
很高兴认识你。
大一
大一
6
六
加拿大人
对，很高兴认识你。6 Fair enough. 明天
明今天明天课后天
对
明天，
明
almost
里今天明后天明天
热茶热茶热水几号
几号
热水
热水
水几号热
牛奶热水
I mean, I kind of got where 热 is now, so that's not too bad. Ever since Unit 1, Section 1. Section 1, Unit 1.
几月几号冰茶
热水，
热水. Yeah, it's not that bad anymore.
热水，
Like find it right away. When I hear it, I'm not like sitting there trying to like shape my mouth. 几号？
几号？
热水，
热水。
热水，
号码。
热水，冰水，几号？冰茶，
几号？几号？
热茶，几月？
几月？
热水，热牛奶，几号？
Oh, getting a little. These are a little bit unfamiliar. 热水，
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 热茶，
热茶，
对吗？
对吗？
几号？
几号？
冰水，
冰水，冰水。
下午，
下午。
年，
年，年，
年，
下午，
下午，
下午，年，
不对，
对，
牛奶。
I see why they put that one in. I actually got them mixed up between Japanese and Chinese actually before this. 牛奶，
热牛奶，
年，下午。
年，
下午，下，不，
Oops. 下午，
午，
年，okay.
年，早上。
热牛奶，
下午。刷卡。
下午，
杯。
杯，
下午。
下午，
牛奶。不要。
要，
年。
年，
下
午。Okay. Yeah, I'll go for another 9 minutes. And I really hit this hard. Okay. I'm feeling it.
不在，明
明天，
天
天气，天气，天，
明。后天。明天。天气。
客气，
天气，天气，
明天，
明天，明
明，
天，
天气，
天气，
后天。明天。今天。明天见。天气。
号码。他们。
他。
对，号码。号码。他们。
9。
20。
20. Oh my gosh, I said knee again. 20. That's gonna happen.
他们。
Oops.
他们。
Oh, you sly.
他们。
Oh, you little sly little cookie, you.
号码。
号码，
号码。
号。
他们。
号码。他们。我的。
我的。Oops.
号码。你们。今天。
他们。 们，
他们10
50
名字号码
号
I think that's a ma I don't have. Pretty sure that's a ma that I didn't practice.
他们
Common
名字
20
20
号码
50
热牛奶，
Oh, which one is it? 牛
年
Okay. 年年
年
牛奶
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 年
Whoops.
做饭牛奶唱歌年下午
年
热牛奶，热
牛奶
牛奶
年
牛奶下午巧克力年派对
牛奶
不客气
热牛奶
热牛
年
年
下午
下午
一会儿
一会儿
热牛奶
Oh, oh my gosh. One box.
不在明
明天
天气明天好今天
明天
明天明
后天叫明天见明天明
Okay. It's so rare to see the progress tracker on the current unit move at all. 中国人电话号码
电话号码
中国
人
中
国人电话号码 I remember 号码 used to sound really weird. We're good now though.
中国人英国人
意大利人
电话号码
咖啡
馆
中国人
中国人
中
国
国
人
人
电话号码
中国人
中国人
中国人中国人
这不是洗手间加拿大人
加拿大人
电
电
话
话号码
电话号码
OK
电
话电话
话
号码
号
号
码
Yeah, we don't have this ma. Although I can get it.
中国人
公交车
电话号码
真的吗？加拿大人
中国人
服务员
中国人
中国人
电话
电话
多少钱？
多少钱？
电话号
电话号码 All right, that's good enough today. Ooh. Can we remove all our mistakes? Nah, we're fine. You know what? We're gonna take a peep. Let's see what the progress looks like. I collapsed them just so that I'm not paying attention to them. Ugh. Less than 50%. We're getting close though. All the bar. Ooh, there are some bars that are not moving. It looks like it's also picking up some of the writing exercises too. I think. So I don't have to like go back. Oh no, wait, maybe it's not. Holy heckers. Yeah, no, I don't know about that. There's so many exercises. Got a little carried away. Even for myself. Although it's really great output practice. Really great. Okay. So before the day ends, I have to get this row, right? So we have to get this row. We didn't land on the stroke stuff, but I can imagine what it is. So we have near and near and T I don't actually know. I think you do the second, yeah. Bon. Right? Yeah, bon. Yeah, we're fine. Bon. And this one, guessing. Right. Ching. Ching. That one is a little whack. Hold up. Let's just confirm. Oh no, there are 3 strokes in there. Oh, there are 3 strokes. Oh, you can barely see. Oh no, there are 3 strokes. I'm just being... My eyes are just broken. Wait. Yeah. I missed a stroke. Oh. Okay. And what is this? Interesting. Interesting. Okay. That's definitely a new one. So... Alright. So I know all the vocabulary. I just need to place all the characters in context, right? First, let's make sure we know how to write them. Alright. Let's just write the unique ones for now. That's a little too close. That's fine. I already skipped one. Yikes. I gotta stop doing that. Did I skip? Oh, the most important one. The one that comes up like 8 billion times. Okay. Alright. Well, let's see if I can remember all of them. So first, we'll probably start with the numbers, right? Let's practice our numbers. So nothing to see there, right? We'll just assume we know all our numbers. Nian just stands alone on its the moment, other than a marker. We'll go with that. Bon just stands alone as well. We'll use the first one. We'll use is oh, and I screwed up. So first cluster, group these two together. These three together. Like this. First question, right? And then just write them over again. Practice makes perfect. Practice, practice, practice. That looks even worse than the first one. Cool. Okay. Right. Sure. Third time's a charm. Making them so skinny. Okay. And 10, right? And now we get the other ones. If I remember them. Oh no. Wait. I actually don't know if there's a stripe. There might be. That look right? I don't think so. Oh, we'll have to double check that. I'll have this. And all the questions. Yes. Okay. So what else we have? We have all the numbers. Oh no. I don't remember all of them. Oh no, I have to review these. Thing. Oh wait. Yeah, there's a stroke at the top too. No. I don't know. Oh, we're gonna have to check that one too. Okay. What else have I forgotten? No. Wait. Maybe. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know. Okay. We'll have to double check that too. Wait, I had that. Oh. So it's the same one. Oh no no. Wait. Might be. I don't know. That's really ugly. Again. It's fine. Oh, that kind of, my hand slipped there. Ugh. Okay. I have so many possibilities of. I have so many potential errors already. So we'll definitely have a lot to take in here. Wait, is that it? Oh no. Oh, I actually don't think I have this character, but it kind of looked like maybe like this. 上天上寨oh no, Shanghai is no. It's like oh no. Oh no. I don't remember. Oh no. Just gonna go with this for now. Oh no. Okay. We got some work to do. Okay. Oh. Son of a bee sting. Okay. So let's do some corrections. That's one. Oh, okay. So it's this radical. I don't this they say wait, when did I have this? I don't remember when I have this. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, who shit. I blocked this out of my memory.
付现金
Who 现金 Shin.
现在
Oh no. Who shin. Okay. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, that's way lower. That's fine. Okay. How is fine. How is fine. Oh heckin', they threw in the class too, right? Practice makes perfect. Or practice makes consistency. This cause this one. Okay, did I screw up? Let's see. She, show. Yeah, I screwed up show. It's on the other side. So just complete the reverse. It's this way. GN is fine. So I gotta correct this. Did I guessed on this. That's not correct. That is not correct. Yen. And yen, this is the same yen for show. Okay, it's for the movie theater. Yen. That's right, the movie theater. Yeah. It was close, but not close enough. So hey, yeah. I had to connect it with movie theater again. Yeah, there was a stroke on top of one. All right. Okay. I really wish my eyelids would stop twitching. Oh, I had that happen for quite some time. Sometimes I have that too, Blair. It's understandable. What do you usually do when that happens, Blair? I've had that happen a couple times. Okay, so let's correct some stuff. What did I screw up? I screwed up yen. Yen. Okay, yen. I was worried about one. I screwed up die. Oops. Die. Oh, actually, I don't think there's a stroke at the top of jai, is there? Oh, no, there isn't. It's just continuous. Okay. I screwed up jai multiple times. Die. I'm okay with... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. I screwed up... Oh. Chou. Chou. Qi shou. Qi shou jian. I smoothed from stress, but I took a nap and started happening after. Yeah, it's hard to know about the... Oh, I forgot about Mingtian. Hard to know what causes the twitching in eyes, I imagine. Yeah, especially after you took a nap. I usually just go lie down, close my eyes for a bit. I got Mingtian. Ooh. Do we do it one more time? Okay. 音乐 院 在 手 Oh, Guan was fun. Okay. Alright. One more time. From the top. You can get this. Alright. Start with the number. We're not gonna write the numbers. The numbers are fine. No numbers. Whoops. Okay. Alright. Alright. This is how I'm gonna organize it for tomorrow. Ugh. 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 Let's take it. Then we pull it down here. Oh, that's a bit off-centered. Yeah, we'll write it 3 more times over. It's fine. Am I drawing a blank? What's happening? No. Okay. Oops. Nah, that doesn't look any better. Making the top fatter. Okay. 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 Now we move to this way. And I think we're just gonna go down and link these to this. So repeating it. Yeah, and then we could probably go down across. Save character repetition. Honestly, probably seeing them is a good reinforcement. So we'll do that tomorrow. We'll earnestly do that tomorrow. Seeing them next to each other and written next to each other can kind of help. Instead of doing shorthand, tons of shorthand. I've been getting bit by a lot of shorthand lately, especially on the Japanese side. So I should stop doing, just slow down on shorthanding things. Or chill out a little bit, I suppose. It could be better. It's fine. Whoa, my hand wobbled hard. Yikes. I think we're kind of reaching our limit here. I should shift it down a little. That radical needs to be shifted down a little. Fine. 强债 Is that everything? I think so. Outside of the numbers. Seems so little now. Yeah, outside of the numbers. Alright, that's good. We're good. Another extremely late evening. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be kind of tough the next 2 days. Gotta get an earlier start. Alright folks, that's a wrap. Hey, thanks for chilling, thanks for hanging out. Gonna watch this later. Watching, right? What about a message? Leaving a message? Just keep working. Work harder. Faster, strong. Oh, you know what? We talked about a little bit about this earlier. The message would be something related to, I didn't get a chance on the Japanese side of things. Yeah. There's something to be said about incredibly being meticulous, right? I had an interesting question being asked about, like, am I tracking? How much am I tracking? I am tracking to some extent. Like, yeah, it can be very great to find out, like, oh, how long you've been working on your different skills and how long you're collectively. But generally speaking, I track relatively speaking, right? If you do something for an incredibly long time, you start generating rates and averages. And oftentimes averages become sufficient and negligibly different when one establishes a habit. So in the beginning, yeah, certainly, I was tracking for sure. Like when you enter the barrier, oftentimes tracking can be very cathartic. It's also very disciplined and structured. However, like a lot of hobbies, if it's not my job, right? Job, yes, certainly, devils are in the details, right? You are held accountable. But when it comes to going into a job, you have to be meticulous, in my opinion, professionally. This is most definitely a hobby of mine. And like most hobbies, I tend to develop life skills. I tend to try to integrate all the skills into my lifestyle. So generally speaking, for me, a healthy lifestyle is a lifestyle that I don't micromanage, right? It's a healthy lifestyle because I want to do it. It's a habitually felt and intuitively felt. So in the beginning, which will become apparent later when I do the review on my quote-unquote study plans, right? The thing that I'm doing to keep on, I don't know, pushing my language learning forward, I would say, is largely I set out with a structure and I continuously reinforce and refine the structure. However, I also groom and remove the stringency of the structure too. Because if it's not my job, consistency is built upon flexibility in one's habits, not necessarily built by the need and consistent reinforcement of due diligence. I know that sounds a little bit ironic. However, at first, one must establish discipline and due diligence. However, that micromanagement does not require to be constantly reinforced to a point where you no longer have negotiable outside input. So you can end up in a situation where if you go to a vacation, or if you try to enjoy a vacation, and you have this plan that's completely micromanaged out of the eyeball sockets, and the moment something, you know, you can plan and you can try to plan a B, a plan C, and a plan D, but there's a point in time where you get diminished returns on planning. And there's also beauty in adaptability and flexibility of plans. And oftentimes I like to emphasize that I know when I'm micromanaging too much. So oftentimes I start with some hardcore stuff, like, let's rate it. Okay, this is where it is. Set some time, plus or minus, plus or minus, plus or minus. And once that refinement period is done, right, you get to this emotional state where, like, oh, I know how to feel about this. I drop those things. Those things have become intuit. They are part of my natural habit now, my lifestyle. So then I move on to establishing new patterns or new things that I can add to it, right? They're being integrated into my lifestyle. Yes, certainly, there will be times where I reinforce it back, right? As in every 6 months or maybe a year, I'll go back to the basics and make sure that my gap in my foundations are not lost. Am I still keeping honest to my track, right? It's great to check every once in a while. But like most SRS approaches, I just say like SRS, habits are SRS too, where you refine, you place structure, now it's in place. So you can extend the period in which you have to reinforce back anything. Because yes, it's great. Like I am a guy who preaches on foundations. Like, you're not above always reviewing if the opportunity presents itself, right? Like, if a video game offers me to skip a level because somehow my competency is beyond that, I will still fundamentally do the whole thing, right? It's largely because I'm not spending time micromanaging it in a serial manner. As in, when someone micromanages, they will view, in my opinion, they are likely to view things in stages. As in, you have cumulatively surpassed all these tasks. So as you reach a point, there's no reason to like willy-nilly go back and experience certain things and go back and double check and spot check those, because you have meticulously micromanaged all that stuff. For me, once you pass a certain point, I occasionally go back to the beginning. And micromanagement does not necessarily allow that kind of thing, right? It's a different kind of mindset. Sometimes I find beauty in going back to the fundamentals. Like, I like reviewing because I'm not regulating myself to review as consistently anymore. Because that review is getting bigger and bigger. It's getting longer and longer. So one is becoming more and more comfortable in your patterns. So you don't have to, in my opinion, spend excess energy and meticulous due diligence to reinforce a discipline that you have largely intuit at this point. right? There's a point in time when you know, like, okay, now I'm getting tired. And then you look at the clock, it's like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to get tired at exactly 2 hours and 33 minutes. But right now it's 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's like, it goes back and forth. Things kind of flex, right? There's some flexibility. Very, very hard, rigid structure may create an impending urgency. Like, oh man, I get up, it's like, okay, it's 3 a.m. If I don't start now, I won't be able to squeeze in like 4 hours. That's usually not how I roll, right? Especially when you have an established habit. Sometimes you run a little slower. Sometimes you run a little faster. Sometimes you skip a day. Once a habit and discipline is structured sufficiently, for myself personally, I'm not saying other people, because other people could be like super specialists, like you can be a pro athlete and you can't, the minor, the diligence are required to inch out that thing. It's not my job. This is not my job. So in order to have the highest benefit and the most natural balance of input and output, and we're not specifically talking about language learning here. Like, language learning is part of video gaming. Language learning is part of movies. It's part of reading books. It's part of my thoughts. That's what it is. It's not a mechanical thing that I have to micromanage anymore. This feels like my normal daily habit. When I walk around, I see Hanzi and kanji floating around everywhere. So those things, you can't track those things. If you attempt, in my opinion, to track those things, your flow state will be ruined, in my opinion. And lots of people use the word flow state sometimes. When you start out developing a skill, and in that skill naturally starts flowing into an intuition, and that is the habit that you're forming. If you continue to reinforce or micromanagement, honestly, it will make it feel as though you haven't ever had it become a habit. If you're still urging yourself to force yourself into a discipline, then I would question whether you are successful at acquiring that habit, right? Much like language learning and acquiring a language, acquiring the habit of practicing and studying things and learning things, that itself is a skill. So I'm not trying to make it sound easy. It's by far not easy. Most people go through high school and college hating that type of habit, the due diligence, the structure that you have to have. So I love that structure and stuff, but it also can become a crutch. It can be a glass ceiling, right? I'm one to say, when someone's really down, I like for them to, hey, start recording what you have done, right? If you took 10 steps today, take 11 steps tomorrow, then 12 steps, then 13. Heck, if you're ambitious one day, take 26 steps. That stuff works really well in the beginning, because the beginning is often the toughest to establish a habit. Once that structure allows you to establish the habit, maintaining that habit is not necessarily required for strict structure. The reason why I say that is because if you have strict structure, there is less likely a chance that there will be outside influences. When one becomes an expert, one can be closed off to the world. You do not become multidisciplinary. You no longer see a bigger picture. You see the picture that you are most trained in. And for better or for worse, some people, their discipline might be multifaceted to the end of life, right? And stuff. That's a job, right? When you're playing video games, for example, or learning a language because it brings you happiness, the last thing you want is micromanaging the one language so hard that you leave no room to interact with anyone else who's learning a different language, or maybe even interacting with the language by a different means. I've already encountered many of these people. Like in my opinion, they say easily the most insensitive things I can think of, not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Insensitive in the sense that it is not resonating with me. It is not empathizing with me, who's on the outside. It is out of kindness. The intent, oftentimes you hear it all the time, like the urgency to correct someone, or like you just, oh, I just want to help, right? I just want to help, that kind of thing. But it also means that you are blinded, in my opinion, to what the other person is doing, right? And me as an outsider who is more likely to take a multidisciplinary approach to most things will seem like half the time I'm bumbling around or doing something that is unexpected. Like, oh, well, you're not going to learn Japanese very fast that way. It's like, oh, well, certainly. Maybe I'll pick up the speed. Maybe I won't. The idea is I don't get bored of what I'm doing. Do you? I totally would love to speed up and slow down. There are going to be periods I'm going very fast. There are periods I'm going to be going much slower, and so on. But it's not my job, and I want to be happy first in priority. So if you micromanage, you will leave no room for opportunities, largely because opportunities will make you have to micromanage those. And micromanagement often leads to the idea that you can predict the future. You're setting yourself up for a predictable future. I want to learn X kanji by 6 months. I want to learn X kanji by 1 year. I want to pass, HSK 1 in 3 weeks or something like that. Something that YouTube and content creators definitely have made really, really well, and also sold and made a lot of money really well. In my opinion, that's when you know you have a job, not a hobby, and it's often something that doesn't bring you consistent happiness, in my opinion, in the long run. It will become a chore. It will become about metrics and performance. Oftentimes you have seen this, right? You have seen professional athletes who they've gone so immersed into performance squeezing that if you ask them honestly, there was a point in time they forgot why they even played the game in the first place. Like, play the sport. Like, forgot the love and the happiness that the thing brings. There is a balance to it. And honestly, I don't want to give anyone the impression that all this stuff that I'm talking about that's really technical, that's only half my life. Like, it used to be all of my life. My life used to be like, oh yeah, if I get 6 credits done now, if I get this grade, what is my wiggle room and margin of error without sacrificing a 4.0 so I can squeeze in, like, it was all of that all the time. Like, my schedule was like booked nonstop. And then there was a time and period in my life where I'm like, okay, let's blank out this side, get my stuff done here. But then every other time, I always have this flow state where if an opportunity strikes, I will take it. When someone needs help, it's not, oh no, if I help this person, I will be 30 minutes late to my lesson, which will put me 30 minutes behind on my Japanese practice, which would, etc. No, that person needs help, right? I go to it. Because it doesn't matter if 30 minutes is lost in one day, right? Because it's out of the kindness, right? The generosity of yourself. So if you're truly there to help someone and, think about the things, you have to dedicate time to doing those things. And those things are unplanned. They are so difficult. So the insensitive comments that I talk about, they come from a kind place. They definitely do. However, to me, oftentimes, what advice those are given tends to come from a person that is extremely high, probably very talented, incredibly high functioning, but they're absolutely focused on micromanaging their performance. Right. Language learning is a hobby of mine. It's not graded on performance. I clearly see that I'm exhausted. Like the last couple of days, there's definitely holes growing in my Japanese thing. So I'm gonna have to learn to educate a little bit more discipline, right? Like I go back, maybe scale back a little few things because I was being a little laxed, and I can see that. I want more performance, you know, I want to learn some stuff, but it's sure as heck not going to be enough to sacrifice my own well-being for it if you're voluntarily doing this. For work, I'm willing to sacrifice my well-being for work because that involves helping people. If my job leaves an impact on people, I am more than willing to sacrifice myself for an obligation. This though, man, it's tough, but I really get disheartened in general when you hear people who love language learning, which often isn't incentivized. It really isn't, like pragmatically speaking, from a professional standpoint. Very few people have sustainable ways of integrating their language learning as a balance with their work life or professional career. If you're one of those lucky ones, congratulations, you made it. For all the other ones, it's a place of interest and intrigue. And it's really tough when I hear paranoia, urgency, projecting fear and doubt, and like overly concerned with one's output and performance and progress. Now, all those things are great in moderation. Like these things can really push someone to achieve more, for sure, right? You can definitely see it. Too much of it, in my opinion, requires a balance so that you can sleep at night or sleep well even. Don't have people like not coveting, like envy, jealousy, frustration, projected frustration, confusion, misunderstandings, feeling unnecessarily aggravated. Those things come out at least it comes out to me pretty apparently, right? I'm not the problem most of the time, in my opinion. Like I'm not having a problem with how slow I'm learning things or how not fast enough I am with other people. It's weird. It's very obvious that the frustration is that they don't want to see someone who is slower than them, and I totally get that. But that's passive aggressive generosity, I suppose. Like you can consider it generosity, yet the thing they completely miss, in my opinion, a lot of times, completely miss in front of them is someone who's enjoying language learning. It's not about how much I can enjoy language learning. It's about the idea that in the state I am, I'm smiling, I'm making errors, but then I'm like working through them, right? That's like kind of like watching someone play video games, right? They're working through them, they're making mistakes. If they're truly in trouble, they're happy enough to ask, right? So if you're not in the same mindset that I am in, then yes, you will most definitely feel the urgency to go out and correct someone because your pain is being projected, not the pain, not the smiling person you're talking to, the person who's like bumbling around and goofing around and stuff. The frustration is coming from your own projections, in my opinion. Like you're frustrated that someone doesn't take Japanese learning seriously by not using Duolingo, for example. Like you should be using serious resources, whatever that is. And I totally get it. And you can say, oh, you're only trying to help. Well, the one thing that you're trying to help is like, oh, don't worry. I've been where you are. You're going to be upset in like a years down the road when you can't read or speak any Japanese and you spent like a year with Duolingo. That's what I want to tell you, right? And I get it, right? When you micromanage your plans and future, you think you're going to be able to predict anyone's future. And you know because of your experience. And I'll take it to heart, right? I'll take it to heart. Now the question is, are we going to share a mutual respect and you can see that I'm having fun now? Did you have fun? When was the last time you had fun with this? Right? Did you forget that? Because oftentimes I feel like the people who are providing advice might not be having as much fun as I am. And to me, I don't want to become you, honestly. Like, humbly so. Like, if you're telling me that I'm going to be miserable in a year, and you're telling me that I become you, if I continue to do this because you've already done this, it's kind of a win-win for me, actually. First, if you're telling me you came to where you are because you spent a year using Duolingo, that just tells me I will be just as proficient as you are in a year, but there's an off chance that I won't be as upset as you are because we're different people. There's also a great chance that as I find out that I'm no longer happy, I will continue to do other things just like this person, but it might not end up looking like this person. So the goal here, or the difference here, is I believe I can solve my problems. Sometimes most people who live in a micromanaged mindset in a world believe that anyone they encounter don't know how to manage their own problems or don't know how to solve their own problems. That's totally reasonable considering the world we live in now. In the digital age, it does earnestly feel like most people don't solve their own problems. They are no longer needed to problem solve or critical thinking, which I'm not going to go digress into right now. But you don't need to if there are answers, right? How do you fix a flat tire? Well, you certainly don't have to like elbow grease and figure it out yourself. You can pull up a YouTube video for that, and that's great. That's actually absolutely great. I'm here because I kind of just want to solve problems. It's not my job, so I don't get paid to be successful at this. But listen, like, I'm going to be very humble here. There are so many people who are better at learning language, speaking language, and doing this, and it's their job to do it. Or maybe it has become their job. You know, the polyglot that goes around town and shocking all the natives over and over again. That is their job. They actually make money. The way I go about doing things, that I'm deliberately doing that because it's poor. It doesn't actually make money. Like, no, I would be really shocked if anyone is actually interested on a scale to do these things. The idea is, though, I want to demonstrate that you don't have to be that good to always be happy with doing, at least in my opinion, be happy with what you can do. Stay appreciative, stay dynamic, be a little bit more open-minded, right? Balance being open-minded with micromanagement, right? There's a balance that I honestly feel. Not really selling the whatever pill color we're talking about these days. Not selling the like the red and blue, the purple pill or something, the best of both worlds here. The idea is you, right? You can find that out if every once in a while you solve a problem. I like solving problems. So if I have a problem, usually I'll figure it out. If I'm unable to figure it out, I will certainly be the one to ask, because I know how to ask for help. I don't think other people do. It's the paradox that we live in today. People think they know everything, or they can find all the answers without natural problem solving. And then when they go see another stranger, they believe they can't solve any problems, which is fairly reasonable because they're thinking about themselves. And then there's an urgency to prevent whatever disaster that might happen. I guess my disaster is I will learn something incorrectly and then have to correct it later. Boy, the world isn't going to end for that. Honestly, there are a lot of things that I think most people will say that I've learned incorrectly in my life. Some people actually challenged me and said that the way I stay happy, that's an incorrect way of living. I kid you not, it's happened before. Well, I guess I'll just continue living a very content life at the expense of, I don't know, being very, very good at something or being memorable, being popular, right? Good luck to all those people who want to be popular, who wants to be the best at a hobby, right? Personally, if you want to be the best at your hobby, you might as well make it a job. There's a way to be beautifully radiant with one's hobby that is unique and expressive and almost unmeasurable, unquantifiable, right? Those are the hobbies like most people actually see. They're passion projects. They're things that are not quantifiable. That's what makes the hobby, right? It's a self-expression. When you turn it into numbers, performance, and scheduling, and mandatory obligations that you force to yourself, you're talking about a job and a career. So I often do ask that. Whenever someone tells me this is what they do, they'll plan on doing it by this time, they'll get it. It's like, so are you applying for an internship? Does this have to do with your career, your job? Like your life depends on it? If it does, I hope I can offer all the experts possible that you should go to and reference, because you got to get it done, right? Otherwise, if you're doing this and it's bringing you joy, right? I worry sometimes when some people say it's the only thing that brings them joy. And my first thought is, don't crush it. I hope you are finding ways to not, mundanize or regulate your joy. The thing that brings you joy is radiant. It will make a lot of other things joyful as well. Playing video games is so much more different now than it was before I knew any Japanese or any Chinese. So is that what it is? It'll touch everything. My joy for teaching and education and executive function, like trying to get people or trying to offer ways to encourage people to seek happy, thoughts and stuff for themselves, that's a joy that predicated everything. I wouldn't be streaming because of that. I wouldn't be learning another language. I wouldn't be playing video games or studying video game design, right? I wouldn't have gone to graduate school to try to get a chance at teaching students. It permeates everything. The thing I love permeates. It makes everything, even my job, great. So your hobby or whatever you have as passion could do that. I would say it is less likely to happen if you micromanage anything that comes into it. Like you don't randomly one day say like, oh yeah, I could give up today's schedule for that, as opposed to thinking, yo, but if I skip today, man, 4 hours, I can't give up that 4 hours. Well, I did today. easy peasy, because any opportunity will make my current hobby even more accessible. I dropped everything so I could play Wagotabi, right? Because Wagotabi was amazing. It inspired me to do other things, right? So I hope that's a good take-home message. I think the take-home that would be the take-home message today. definitely indulge in your hobby for sure, you know, be rigid, be dual diligence, but I think leave room for outside influence. I still do. I know I just mentioned that I would reject, I might often reject some people's advice because it comes from a place that is genuinely kindness, but it comes from an ignorant place. Like, I mean, like, not necessarily, not the bad ignorance, just the ignorance in which it's really difficult to have the same feelings. Like, I don't think there's a conflict of interest. I'm not here to be fast. I'm here to be happy, right? I'm not concerned about how much vocabulary I learn every day. I really am not, even though I'm doing it, right? Like, that stuff doesn't impact my happiness. It's tracking. I do it because actually most of the time my motivation to track how much vocabulary I'm doing is so I can answer questions. That's actually mainly it. It's ironic because Jamie asked a question, I can answer it because I've been doing these things deliberately so I can answer the questions of other people. It's a great way to connect with other people. Now the question is, how many people have connected with me? I've met a few already, a couple people that have connected with me, who feel out their journeys, who likes the process, shares random things, just random things, like not even related to whether I'm correct or not. That's awesome. And even if I get like pushback or be aggressive and whatnot, they continue to do it because they love it. That's what I want, at least in my opinion. That's what I wish everyone has. So hopefully that is a great place to stop, where like, go out, get your work done, get whatever your work done is. If language learning is your passion, right? I hope you find that thing where it doesn't matter what goofball is doing, how bad someone is getting something, or maybe they're making the same exact mistakes you're making 2 years ago. You are in love with language learning. So you are still there learning language, and you have made that same mistake that you're trying to prevent. But this guy right here is also making the same mistake. It'd be an honor to end up being where you are, fully competent in Japanese, and still learning Japanese. It doesn't, you don't have to change what is to come. If it does, right? I'm not saying it does. It's probably unlikely to happen. However, you can most definitely also enjoy the idea and rest assured that other people put in the work, make the same mistakes or different mistakes, and join you in your like happiness, right? It hurts more to see someone who gets frustrated at someone who's having fun than someone who's frustrated because they're not having fun. Honestly, I don't know which one's worse. The idea that someone needs to rain on someone else's parade because they're being kind, ironically, or the idea that they're frustrated because they're not having fun anymore, or they haven't realized, in my opinion, that they don't have fun anymore. Right? I'll be back tomorrow again, probably for the next additional 200 or 300 days. I don't know. The journey keeps going. The journey might take us somewhere else. In another year, you might not see me on Duolingo anymore. We don't know. But the journey is worth the time, in my opinion, as a hobby. All right, folks, go out there. You know, have an adventure. Get on that road. Stop by a town. You have time for it, at least in my opinion. I hope you make some time for it occasionally, right? And come by and say hi when you blitz past me or something take a trip back. Visit where you started, I suppose. Maybe I'll see you one day at a non-disclosed town in the world of language learning. Alright, guys. Thanks for listening. Again, if you're going to watch this later, 谢谢. And with that, 明天见. Right? 明天见. 再见. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.